Thailand, the land that was never colonized. The name Thailand in Thai means the land of the free, and that's a very fitting name for a kingdom that was able to remain independent regardless of British colonialism in the West, in India and Myanmar, and French colonialism in the East, in Vietnam, Laos and Cambodia. Like other neighboring countries, Thailand too was a part of the Khmer Empire, which in the 9th century formed around modern-day Cambodia. And Thailand remained a part of the Khmer Empire until the 13th century, when the Sukhothai kingdom they declared independence from the surrounding Khmer Empire, and following that, other kingdoms also became independent. The Sukhothai kingdom ruled the areas of modern-day central Thailand from the 13th century until the 15th century, when in 1438 it was absorbed by the rapidly growing Ayutthaya kingdom. The Ayutthaya kingdom expanded from the south and eventually encompassed most of modern-day Thailand's southern and central parts. The Ayutthaya kingdom was a very powerful Thai kingdom, and it had its capital city in a place called Ayutthaya. No big surprise there. We actually visited Ayutthaya. It's just up north from Bangkok. It's a really beautiful city. If you're ever in Bangkok, you should take a taxi up there. Maybe try to get somebody to drive you around there for the day like we did. Not really that expensive. And you'll see all the different temples, these amazing, beautiful old structures that really show you the gravity of the Thai kingdoms that existed in this land for centuries. One of these temples, Wat Mahathat, was especially interesting for me. It was built in the 14th century, and it was sadly destroyed quite badly in the Siamese-Burmese wars. And you can see the rows of Buddha statues that were all missing their heads. And I was told that that's due to the Burmese stealing and destroying these structures, these temples. At that temple there is one especially interesting and beautiful place. It's the famous Buddha head that has the tree roots grown around it. And the story goes that it was the head of a Buddha statue nearby the tree, and the head fell off and landed by the tree, and then the tree just grew its roots eventually around it. Regardless if it accidentally landed there or it was placed there, it's a very beautiful sight, very spiritual, powerful site, and it is one of the UNESCO World Heritage locations, so a hotspot for tourism, but I recommend you visiting it. It's absolutely stunning. After the Ayutthaya kingdom was destroyed by the Burmese and the Burmese-Siamese wars, General Thaksin took control of the land and regrouped the Thai people to form the Thonburi kingdom. The Thonburi kingdom ruled for 14 years until General Thaksin was deemed mentally unfit to rule, and he was overthrown by King Rama I. And this formed the Ratanakosin kingdom that continues its rule to this day. This kingdom, the Chakri dynasty, fostered an era of stability and cultural revival. The country was called Siam back in the days, and it had active trade relations with a lot of different countries. And in the 19th century, it started to modernize and reform with the rest of the world. This country developed into this modern constitutional monarchy, and it had a lot of European influence. The royal family often wore Western style clothes, idealized Western countries in a way. A lot of them also studied abroad in Europe. And this was probably one of the reasons why it didn't get colonized by European nations. Also, it was able to centralize power effectively, whereas many other countries at that time were not able to do that and had more local autonomy, which made it harder to rule and harder to be unified, easier to be conquered. Siam also worked as a kind of a buffer zone between French colonies and British colonies. And both empires were kind of reluctant to take Siam because of the possible border disputes that would occur. During the First World War, Thailand was allied with the Allied nations and joined the League of Nations in 1920. Later in 1939, the name of this land was officially changed from Siam to Thailand, meaning the land of the free. And well, in the Second World War, it was a pretty difficult situation. Thailand was invaded by the Japanese, which kind of forced Thailand to ally itself with Japan. And later during the war, there was a growing resistance movement in Thailand that opposed the Japanese alliance. And after the war, Thailand renounced its alliance with Japan, explaining that they were pressured into the alliance by military force, and this kind of eased the like post-war consequences of Thailand being allied with the Axis powers. We've now spent a few days in Bangkok, Thailand, and wow, man, it's a cool city. It's this very vibrant, colorful, even futuristic Asian mega city. Has a ton of things to do. Like, you will not be bored in Bangkok. One thing that's kind of frustrating about the city is its traffic. It's kind of terrible, but you can avoid that by using the pretty good public transport. They have a nice metro system, nice like above the city train system. Something. But regardless of that, Bangkok and Thailand as a whole is a very nice place to visit. The people are so nice, so kind, and it's guaranteed you'll find something interesting and fun to do here. This video is gonna be kind of short because Thailand was kind of just a detour on our main trip, which is in Vietnam, and now we're gonna fly back to Vietnam. This time we're flying to Hanoi in northern Vietnam, and we're gonna continue our journey back south from Hanoi little by little. I'm very excited for this part of the journey as we get to see Vietnam as a whole. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Happy New Year, everybody.
Hello các bạn subscribe cho anh Tây nha. Dạ bye các bạn nha.